All right, guys, so guess what? Frank Kent is the officer, and this officer is utilizing Melinda Williams. That's right, the city secretary. Oh, I'm sorry, the city realtor. Right, the big tall one. Right. Anyway, he's using her to go after me for disorderly conduct, and I found out about it. So I invited this dumb bitch to my gym to talk, and she came to my gym unarmed, unafraid, and sat down and talked to me because she thought she was going to get to sell some property. With that said, I have the body cam footage, right, of this Kent guy coercing Melinda on what to say. You heard me right. Now, I can't let that out because it's in discovery and we have to wait on that. But eventually you're going to get it. And, you know, I always show my data and back it up because these lying scumbags just can't stop harassing me and bullying me and picking on me. Yet I'm the bad guy. Anyway, pay attention to the video because she actually talks about some deadly force she utilized more than once. And on this deadly force, guess what? Officer Luker, the same one that won't report Chief Blanchard, protects her and covers it up. You heard me right. Pay attention and watch, guys. Thank you. Go ahead. So this was ironically right after I talked to you, right? So right after I talked to you, like I guess 2 weeks later, I said, okay, well, let's put this on the market. All right. So.
And that was a grand courtesy call and great conversation with you and I.
I think maybe you triggered my brain to maybe look at selling the place and getting out of here before they try to throw me in jail forever. Right.
Now, mind you, Jason, on my honor,
Yes, ma'am.
looking you in the eye, because I'm an old school daddy's girl, no worries. I will not say anything to anybody. I'll let you do that because that's not
I haven't
my place.
Well, no, I did put it out there. So I got interviewed with Jen Reacts, she's a huge YouTuber, and I put it on there, but I haven't.
Right, but it's not my place. I mean, because some people around here would go, "Oh man, Jason probably won't sell it, and he's running about the time." Okay, you know what? I don't school with that junk. I don't play that game. I never did it in high school or grade school. I don't play that game.
Well, they're crippling me, so they got me dissolved my position for my first job by sending them a criminal trespass that I won, and the raid on my gym they sent to my job that I won. So my job dissolved me because of political crap. Fine. And then that was like February. So I had another job in, I guess, March, but I was overqualified. I understand. Fine. I just got picked up, I don't know, about a month ago with 4 other people. I'm the only one not working. You know why? Because the city in San Patricio County refused to give them my background check. Yeah, I've got it recorded on my phone. They refuse.
How can they do that? How's that
They can't legally do that. So my other attorney, who ironically is helping me pro bono because she saw my videos, she's a cool old lady. She's actually from here, left, came back only to help me, and within 3 hours, she had them releasing my background check.
How can someone do that? Because that's emotion. I don't get that.
How do they do everything they do?
Facts.
They get away with everything. I mean, eventually, no, they're not going to get away with everything. You know, everything comes out.
Right,
like we're getting
because even crap
right
floats.
Now.
You know, cream floats, but crap floats right above it.
But it's just stressful. Oh my God, it's so stressful. Yeah, so this was actually, today was my last day. If they didn't get the background check, they had to go to somebody else. And I would have lost $145,000 a year job. Right. But that lady got it yesterday and they have it today. So now I'm being processed. So hopefully I start working the next 2 weeks.
All right. Well,
but God.
I wish you well.
Why?
I don't
I know
understand.
why they did it, but I'm getting at is this, God, why do they think they can do that to people, you know?
And I'm just going to come, I haven't said anything behind your back. I don't listen to people when they talk to me about it. But just from me to you, when you were in there, I'm talking a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And then your guy that is from Twisted 8.
Chuck.
Yeah, the tall guy. And,
Sullivan.
And so when you weren't there, he was there, and I was about from here to there from the podium, right, sitting right up front. And I don't get rattled easily.
Oh, I gotta stretch. I'm listening now. I'm stretch my back. Go ahead.
And I don't get rattled easily, but it scared me internally. Just the way the delivery, the whole 9 yards. And I grew up in the streets of LA, so it's like
you threatened somebody or what?
Huh?
He threatened somebody?
No, just the way he came across and the way you had come across, your delivery.
I was in the same meeting?
No, it's just 2 different meetings I'm talking about, way back when.
Okay.
When you were hot about everything. And so, which is understandably so. And so, that just made me, but I compartmentalize. you hadn't done anything to me directly except for that one little deal where I asked you to be quiet because I've asked several people to be quiet and you
The
took
big meeting.
offense. Yeah.
Yes.
And, but I was respectful and all that.
Result, many of us will leave. We know the doctrine we have worked under for years now, and we believe in it. And if forced by city council to go against everything we believe in and complete work that challenges our values and ethics, we don't do it.
Hold on a second. Mr. Follow-up. You're disrupting this meeting.
I told her to be quiet several times. She's talking.
The mayor has asked you, and you will pipe down and listen to what the mayor's telling you to do, or you will leave.
Tell me, Mayor, I didn't hear you while she was talking over you. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, now we understand, so now we're gonna be quiet, right?
Yeah, she'll be
Okay,
quiet. You got
appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
So I want to just sit here, look you in the eye and just say, I have no challenges with you.
Well, my challenge is not with y'all,
Personally-
it's with the city.
I know,
God.
I know.
January 16th meeting, 2024, and I'll show you some clips for that here in a second. And you'll notice that Melinda wasn't even there. See right here, victim? Oh, Melinda Williams, look at that. And she actually did all this back in February, so she's sitting there being two-faced, sitting with me right now, acting like everything's hunky-dory, right? And I'll go through this in a minute.
Some individuals are going to remain purposeful and intentful on putting out there. Even potentially when they have the whole story, you're going to get a fraction of the story with a spin and a slant, not the whole story.
Chief Blanchard, you piece of shit. Chief Blanchard, 1247, you spent,
Hey, now,
excuse me?
I
Excuse
just
me.
read you the
And
first
you're wrong,
warning.
and you're lying to the public.
I'm not gonna put up
I'm not gonna put up with
any
you.
defamation of character.
That's not defamation,
I'm not
that's a
gonna
fact.
I don't care.
You
I'm
have
not
to
gonna
care.
put up with no profanity or anything. You either act like an adult and speak right to everybody that's here, and you have the privilege to speak your mind for 3
Privilege.
minutes.
You work for
I'm just
me,
saying-
boy, you need to
I'm just
remember
telling
that.
you. Go ahead.
That's your
Go.
warning.
Okay, I'm telling you.
Now rewind my clock while I finish my statement.
Go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
Go to
Council
council
members, I'm
and you
sorry.
can speak? No.
Council members,
The
thank
reason
you.
you could go in there and speak and use the language you did this past Monday is because I fought for your ability to do so.
Oh, Lord.
again.
I can talk like
There we
that.
go.
It's a First
You
Amendment
are
right.
violating the rules of the court.
Chief Blanchard,
You are
what
ordered
First
to leave
Amendment right
the
did I
meeting.
violate?
Out.
No, he's the
I'm not
cop.
gonna
You
deal
tell
with
me.
it. I'm not.
What First Amendment right
I'm
did I
not.
violate?
I'm not. You're either going to
I'm
respect
asking
this
you a
place or
question.
you're going to be asked to walk out.
Am I under duress of arrest?
You're gonna go to jail if you.
I'm going to be arrested.
Let's
Fine.
go.
Guys, so let's go back to this. So this is that disorderly conduct in the council meeting because I infringed upon their council meeting's agenda and basically broke their decorum. Well, I was talking in my 3 minutes of my citizens' comments, and as you notice from the clips, that Ran Gomez actually interrupts me, city manager interrupts me. Anyway, long story short, Ran got mad because his feelings got hurt and one of the press charges on me, he used Melinda, who is against freedom in America and went against tyranny, sided with them, probably because they paid her money. So, this is me. I'm the suspect. Yay, me. This is going to be my 16th charge from the city, and I beat them 15 other times. Remember that. Here's the victims. City of Aransas Pass. What a crock of shit, guys. What a crock of shit. I mean, y'all were at the last council meeting. This is complete BS, right? So there's me. There's Romero right there. He's offended, right? Let's go down to Randy Hackins. Well, this is complete BS. Randy Hackins is not a witness for the city. He is a patriot. He is ex-retired law enforcement and goes by the book. What a joke this is, guys. Randy is not with the city. Well, he is with the city. He's not with the current regime. How's that? Now,
And
I
more
know.
people would say, you know, they beat up a fucking homeless man this last week. It comes out tonight. I'm putting it out tonight. They beat him up in jail, left him in a hole full of blood.
What?
Yeah, do you know Stevie Hayward? Black guy. He found him the next morning.
Oh,
walking,
is that the guy that actually plays music and stuff too that lives over off of Arch and?
Maybe he's a black guy, big black guy.
Oh, no, about that, no.
Anyway, he knows him,
No.
and I don't know the guy, but he saw him. It's like early in the morning. They just let him out, and he's limping, and so he pulls up beside him, see if he needs help, and he's got blood all over him. And then he goes, "Herman, can I help you?" And his eyes got real big, and he said, "The police beat me up," and he took off limping and wouldn't even let the guy help him. So Juan Cruz, who ironically owns the church property, Tracy is the one that runs it, but Juan Cruz
Oh, the
owns it.
Remnant, yeah.
And
That's
so-
right down from my office.
So he knows the guy, and around 11 o'clock he found him for me and brought him up here. And they tore up his arm. jumped on his leg. He's got a bruise here and bruised him in the back. And it's even worse because 3 days prior, some punks in town beat him up with a baseball bat. So he was already beat up, just got out of the hospital, and he went there to go get into the psych ward for suicidal because he's manic. You can tell he's manic.
Yeah, of course,
And
of course. So he's going there for help and he can't get help.
It's worse though. His IQ is like a 12-year-old. So they beat up a 12-year-old man. Yep. And then they took his blanket away.
His name is Herman?
Yep. Like he's a homeless guy, but still, you don't.
Right, you know what, I don't judge. You know, it just, when you come and steal something from me, like happened
Well, if
day before
anybody steals from
yesterday.
you, I don't care if they're homeless or not, it's wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I just happen to be in my office and I have cameras all in the exterior of my building.
Good for you.
And
Keep the audio on too.
well, those don't have audio,
By audio.
but just the audio for the inside in the lobby. That's the only camera inside. But
Look at that. There's Miss Melinda, the one that got on here talking all nice to me and respectful to me, right? But no, she's trying to press charges on me for disorderly conduct, but she wasn't even in the meeting. Melinda told me, this is the officer, that at a city council meeting on the 16th January 2004, when she saw myself and my attorney, she felt concerned for her safety. Again, guys, she's at my gym, left her gun in the car, totally at peace, no issues, talking to me nice and kindly, because she thinks she can make money off of me, right? She's not scared. It's complete BS. What a lie. What a joke. This will get turned out as well. People are for me, not for you pieces of shit, Melinda. Anyway, she stopped and spoke to Chief Blanchard for a moment, telling him that she didn't know how he was able to submit himself to such verbal abuse. Oh my, this is the same woman that called Chief Blanchard a piece of shit, by the way, in my audio. Anyway, Melinda then went to a different room in City Hall and watched the proceeding. You see that, guys? She was not in the chamber. How is she even trying to press disorderly conduct on me if she wasn't even in the chamber? With that said, it didn't threaten anybody and it wasn't sexually explicit, so it's not disorderly conduct. It's Ram has hurt feelings and he wants to cost the city even more money, and he's using his puppets to come after me. So, I asked Melinda to explain how she was impacted by Followill. She told me that she witnessed his triads and aggressive behavior in the past. She felt intimidated due to his aggressiveness and she was offended by his speech. His presence was affected by her ability to be present and interact with counsel. Due to this history, she watched the proceedings from a separate room, but in the same building, and found both Mr. Followill and Grissom's language to be offensive. You're not in the same room, it doesn't count. You cuss up a storm too, I can prove it, you're a lying SOB.
all this cabinetry all the way to the top. You have Buco storage. And he slammed the door because I opened up the cabinets and he slammed it and flipped me around and I snapped. And I used to kickbox, so he got jacked. Well, I've had 11 knee surgeries. I can't
He
run
tried to
from
shove you
anything.
up against something, or?
Yeah, he shoved me up against the cabinet. And I snapped, and apparently I broke his nose. I jacked up his ribs. I
Good for you.
Broke his finger
He thought
on his hand that he
thought you were a
had me
chihuahua
right
and you were a
there.
pit bull.
And I was 110 pounds heavier.
Oh, she had a lot of power.
And so, but I couldn't get my favorite move is my punjab, where you
Yeah.
kick your foot back.
Yeah.
It's all
But you still fucked him up. Was there
I did.
cameras? Because that'd be even better.
Huh?
Was there cameras in the
No,
house?
there wasn't. And so I ran out, freaked out, got in the truck, hauled it, called the agent, said, hey, look, I'm calling the popo. I just got attacked. I'm going to go. Let you know. I'll go back and lock the house up after he.
Tell me they got him.
And they did.
And
Because,
what's his story? I want. Like, well, like, I didn't
yeah,
do that
well,
kind of
his
thing,
wife
or-
called me everything but a white woman, which I'm not a white anyways.
Of course, she's protecting me. I hate
And
when they protect
then
predators.
they ended up getting divorced, and
'Cause it
so
was real.
and he was like this big around. So he must have had, I don't know, he's misfired somewhere because he got a hold of the wrong woman.
Well, he did it before and nobody fought back. They're sick, scared.
Yeah,
You know
so
what
no,
I mean? So good for you, baby.
So thank
And
you.
there was somebody
but-
local around here years ago, I remember, and they killed her or something. She was a realtor. 10, 15 years ago, I remember hearing the story.
Yeah, that was before my time because I've only been a realtor for 8.5 years, and so I heard about that,
Yeah,
and so I don't play.
yeah.
So here's what happened with that guy. I ran out the back, and he was across the alley by the storage unit.
The thief.
The thief.
Okay, all right.
And so, yeah, I'm kind of a godfather,
It's
concrete
okay.
room
It's okay.
sometimes.
Good.
But, and I said, hey, what are you doing? And he stopped and he said, well, who the for you? And I went, excuse me, but that's you have in your hand, and I don't like to cuss.
What did he have? What was he stealing?
Lighter fluid. I don't care if it was a penny off the ground, it's not in your yard, that's private property. Huh?
Homeless guy? Or-
I don't know, but
Okay.
he was a young dude,
All right.
probably
Oh, fuck, he might
maybe in his low 20s or high 20s, low 30s.
He might have been the pyro guy that sets all these fires and you wanted your lighter fluid.
And so I actually have a picture of him. And
Did you have to pull a gun on him?
I asked him to drop it. I said, I need you to drop that. And he goes, and put it in his shirt like that. And I said, drop it now. And he's like, just grinned. And I went, drop it.
You pulled it out.
Guess what? That is, though, deadly conduct.
Why? He's on your property.
No, it wasn't my property he was on. I was in the alley, which is easement to my property because I maintain
Doesn't
it.
matter, he stole your property.
But he was on the other property and it's deadly conduct. But I called the POPA.
That's not because he stole your property, correct? It was your property?
Yes.
You have the right to get your property. You can pull a gun on him if
Well, he dropped it
Okay.
when I pulled the gun.
Did they try to
and
charge you
he
with
walked
disorderly
away
conduct?
empty. No, they did not because
Okay.
he didn't press because they gave me a courtesy. It
Okay.
was Ariel and then Luker and all of that. And
Okay.
they know that I keep my stuff high and tight.
They shouldn't have pressed charges on you. You can
No,
fucking- he's
and
a
I didn't
thief.
press charges on him, but I got a picture of him. They got fingerprints off the lighter fluid, and then they.
If somebody hits the guy with a bat, Class A misdemeanor, it's a cop. Y'all want to arrest him?
It have to be investigated internally.
Oh, that's exactly my point. So you'll investigate it internally.
Would have to be conducted by an outside agency.
But you would investigate it internally.
Texas Rangers.
So the way it works is you investigate internally, and then you find a clause either not guilty or guilty, and then I send it to the Rangers. I did this before. That's how it works.
No.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And there is nothing in your policy manual stating that you cannot do that. And I just caught you because I just said if somebody hit somebody with a bat and it's a cop, you would do something about it and you would have a report. But because I'm filing a complaint on your piece of shit fucking goddamn captain or chief, y'all won't do anything about it.
Okay.
Well, she pretended to be my friend, even though she threw me under the bus, trying to press charges on me, being a corrupt piece of shit. So I let her just talk away about the crime she committed and got away with because she knows Officer Luker. Tell me you're not corrupt without telling me you're not corrupt.
And they got a hold of him, but he had walked because Sabrina had walked. My leasing agent, Sabrina Grubbs, had walked to Arch Street and gone down, and she saw him coming from that trailer park holding a whole bunch of stuff, and
Oh, he's stealing more than just you. Good
Yeah.
for you for getting him then.
and so and then
Can't
it
stand
turns
you.
out because David Harris and I hang out, and I'm helping him with his brother. Have been since September, caregiver for him because his brother had a stroke, and so they had walked by. He had walked by a couple of times, and David reminded me of that. And I said,
Get you that
"I
guy's
got
number.
him." So
Go ahead, I'm listening. I'm
that's
just getting
him.
you that guy's number. Can you blow that up?
Yep,
He
I
looks
can.
familiar.
I don't know his name. I didn't ask, but I'm
Yeah,
sure
he
I could
does
get it
look
off the
familiar.
report.
Let me find you real quick. There you are. Add contact.
This is another picture of him.
Correct.
Cell phones.
He looks familiar.
So, anyhow, he's a turd, and I'm not going to be. Yeah, I don't play. And most of the homeless are less fortunate that walk down that alley. I mean, I will give them a bottle of water, ask what they need. I've given them food before, given them furniture, clothes, because I have T-shirts that I sponsor, but
I gave you two numbers. It's the first number.
okay.
I guess he has two cell phones, but I can't remember his last name. Forgive me.
No worries. I can look it up. I can do 411 and look it up by phone
Well,
number.
I already called him. I called him right before you were getting here, and he said just call him and leave him a message because he's always busy. But as soon as he gets a message with your number, he'll call you right back.
Okay, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, and I know he's
Thanks.
interested in this.
I think it's Greg Phelps, maybe.
He's from San Antonio.
Yeah.
Don't know. But I know he's interested in mine, so I mean, he may
Yeah,
be
and
just-
Tracy Poteet and I go way
She's
back.
awesome. I love
Yeah,
Tracy.
we're tight. I was
She sold me
already a
this.
realtor. Huh?
She sold me this.
I know that.
Yeah, Tracy's awesome.
Yeah, she is. She is cool, and there's not many agents that I,
Bond with or click with.
well, because, they're either jealous and so they're mean
Competition.
girls,
Competition.
but I keep my head down and I stay in my lane.
I hate high schoolers if they're doing the mean girl thing. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, there's some in here.
So- Off topic, good news. If Randy Hatkins wins, and God, we hope he wins, we get Randy, we get Jason, and I think they're convincing Dominguez. Fire that motherfucker. I know we talked about it. Goddamn it, fucking.
Mayor.
No, can't fire the mayor.
Gary.
City manager. Yes.
Gary.
Yes. Gary Edwards. We fucking finally fire him. Ready. And then if they fire him, they'll bring in a new city manager who will audit Chief Blanchard, and we'll get rid of both of them. Amen.
So, well, I was not disappointed. Matter of fact, I was just the opposite
Of what?
when Ram decided to give our city attorney an ultimatum.
Oh, that was because of me.
Oh.
They were mad. That was because of me. Yeah, they were mad because.
Yeah, well, that was the last straw because I brought some things to their attention too that big time.
She's an idiot. She's an idiot.
And then she tried to throw me under the bus inside of an executive session, and I just had about enough. And I was like, "Oh no, ma'am,
What'd she
no,
do?
ma'am." And I know counsel and Gary Edwards. I'm gonna give me a pause here. And I pulled up the email and I said, "I just sent that email to you so you can throw somebody else under the bus, sister."
Why was she?
Oh, it was she was trying to say, well, you should have got a hold of me on that. I said, I tried to 3 weeks ago, and I
Good for you.
CC'd you and everything. And
Good for
Gary,
you.
can I get a confirmation? Yes, ma'am, you did.
Good for you.
And I said, I heard nothing. I had crickets, and you're not going to throw me under the bus at all. You're going to get up a heck of a lot earlier than this. And then she got me to a boiling point, and I said, you know what? You can deal with it.
She's gone. She's the one that cost us the $1.8 million. Why would they keep her?
Because she's so spread thin, she's emotional. You know,
No, I'm
it's
saying
like
why-
women shouldn't be president.
Okay, I get that. But why keep somebody that cost you $1.8 million? If one of your employees cost you $1,000, would you keep them?
It depends. I'd have to weigh it out because then they're going to work extra time. Because I have
Okay,
had
so
that.
say 50 grand.
But no,
Yeah, no way, dude.
no, you got to cut the casualty, cut the cancer out. But anyways, nice lady, not the one for the position, because technically she needed to stand up and set the rules straight when people started getting all cray cray. Not just you, just other people too.
Her job is to inform them of what the law is and what they need to do.
Right.
She did not do that.
And then enforce the law too, because she's the only one that can do it because she's actually bound to the law. Or
Well,
Chief Blanchard,
they,
because
yeah,
they're bound to the law.
they all took an oath. They're all bound to law. Every single one.
Right, but they have a license to do so.
Correct.
They're
He's got a bar,
appointed,
he's
the
got two
council's
codes.
appointed.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's where the fine line is,
Mhm.
because I sat down, I was like, all right, Ram, I want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Why can't you do this? Why can't you do this? Why can't you do that? There's citizens that don't want to come now, this, and the whole 9 yards. I said, and what about Roxanne? Because I called him when I was modeling for some fashion show at the Civic Center, in American Bank Center. I was asked to model there.
Okay.
And so, and I had to go in the back and call Ram about some stuff that was time sensitive about a screw up about a Roxanne. So it was just crazy. It was just crazy. He's like, what? What are you telling me? I said, sí, señor. And then we started talking Spanish,
Right.
you know? And so we both got real mad.
Well,
Because I'm Cuban and he's, Mexican. But
Rams,
so he just added it to the list, and that was the last straw.
he's the most incompetent person I've ever met in my life. The only reason he's working in there is because his family's here. That's the only reason. If you watch the debate, he's a moron. And if you talk to people in town, moron.
Well, you know what? He is not unintelligent. Okay, so let me.
Excuse me.
Not that I'm advocating for him. It's just the fact that I'm just doing it off of facts of what I see,
Mhm.
and it's the same thing I say about you. What you see is not what you get because you're intelligent.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Your delivery sometimes is unorthodox,
Well, that's because of them, because they took my rights away.
right? But you always have a choice.
This is Chief Blanchard discussing stuff with Melinda, or his report about Melinda. Remember, Chief Blanchard put out there he didn't have anything to do with this and didn't file any charges. But yes, he did. He's on here. So at the same time, this is on January 16, 2024. Ran just past council chambers lobby. He ran into Melinda. Melinda said, I don't know how you deal with this. She explained she could not go inside the chambers because Jason Fowler was present. Well, you just saw the video of her in my gym, left her gun in her car, and was not afraid. And she would end up getting into trouble. I knew it. So, was that a threat, guys? She would end up getting into trouble. So is this a threat on my life? Should I be scared for my life by Melinda right here? I mean, maybe she's already pulled guns on people and got away with it thanks to Luke and then covering up her criminal behavior. I knew at this point what she was referencing because she had previously spoken out against myself for being aggressive. Ooh. Yet again, she came to my gym unarmed. Williams then left the chamber stating she would return when it was her time to speak. So again, she's not in the chamber room, yet she is scared for her life and disorderly conduct because her feelings are hurt like Ram Gomez because I call them the piece of shits that they are, which is our First Amendment right.
We'll get on that, that's a whole other.
Yeah, but my choice is for them to give me my rights back.
Right,
If they would just
right.
fix their decorum, where it says that you're not allowed to personal affront, we are, and you're not allowed to cuss, we are. If they would get rid of that, I wouldn't have any issues, and you wouldn't see me back up there. They put that on there, 2022, I went to the council meetings like 5 weeks in a row, was being really nice and polite and asking for help. And then they put that on there about the decorum, so I went back and said, this is America, kiss my ass, you can't do that. Because they can't do that. And then after that, they kept it on there and kept trying to bully me. And even Chief Blanchard's on Facebook Live telling everybody that I have the right to do that.
Yeah,
That's what we're talking about.
Because it had to, that was just the terms of the
Making money
contract.
either, right?
I haven't made one single penny,
know.
and I've spent a bunch of money, but I'm still under the contract out there, and they're still under contract with me, and it's about to close because,
Get out of there.
again, stuff that Roxanne's shortcomings has prolonged this whole thing.
Well, me and you talked about Gary Edwards being a scumbag too, and you said he's fucking you too, and they're not making you any money. And it's just like, come on.
He's one of the ones that would be a breath of fresh air if somebody new came in.
I know, we talked about it.
Yeah.
We talked about him and Chief
Yeah.
and Roxanne.
Yeah.
And the council, they can be replaced by
And
voting.
then we got a new city attorney.
What do you think of Joe? I give
Joe-
Joe shit because he don't speak up. But I
You
don't-
know what? But Joe's a listener and he's a
Philip loves
thinker,
him.
and I adore him, and I have had personal
Okay.
interactions for years
I'll
with
give him
him.
another chance.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Please subscribe and share. I will be going after Ram Gomez, not physically. Don't think I'm trying to hurt you, Ram. I'm going to mentally destroy you. And what I mean by that is I'm going to make you look a complete fool for your disorderly you're trying to put on me and show the evidence that you're a complete moron and you're attacking me on purpose because your little feelings hurt. Oh, hold my pearls, Ram. Hold them.